Welcome, everybody. Hey, sexy. How you doing, young lady? How you and Ashley doing? Hey, Sonia, what's up? What's up, everybody? Trying to get this thing shared out. Not well, but I'm here. Got out of the hospital again, trying to keep stuff down. Dang, sexy. You got to get better. You got to get better. We can't have you being sick all the time. You got to get better than that. Oh, I didn't drop the link. Let me drop the link if anybody wants to come up. Let me drop the link if anybody wants to come up. 88 in here. Wow, Sonia. You might have to go buy your own Mr. fan and set up, Sonia, so you don't burn up in there. That's what I do. I go buy me one of those Mr. fans that blows the mist on you and set it up right there. Sir, this surgery I had is a sham. I'm sorry to hear that, young lady. I am sorry to hear that. I hope you get to feeling better. You've been in rough shape for a while now. It's time for you to get to feeling better. I think I've got used to the heat. Don't even run an air conditioner in my basement. I hear you, Jeff. I got my air conditioner running wide open right now. My air con is wide open last night, or right now. It is humid outside. Yeah, guys, keep sexy in your prayers, guys. Double prayers for sexy too much for you, Coleman, y'all. But yeah, I guess that tropical storm depression's heading our way. So it is humid, as my little girl used to say. Humid. Hadn't rained yet, but it is 87 degrees and humid. It's a warm 62 out today. I hear you, dude love. Hey, Hart Gasper. How you doing, young lady? I'm doing great. How you doing today? I know you're getting ready to go to bed. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by and visiting with us. I appreciate you. I truly, truly do. Yeah, I don't know what time it's supposed to hit us. I guess sometime tonight. I'm thinking. Hey, Amazing Maisie, how you doing? I think it might be up here sometime tonight or sometime in the morning. It's supposed to come right across Columbia, South Carolina, is what they're saying. So I haven't watched the news this afternoon, or the weather, I should say. So I'm not sure where it's at or if it's still coming our way or not. But the last time I saw it was going to come right across Columbia, South Carolina. So hopefully we don't get no winds or tornadoes or nothing like that. Hopefully all we get's the rain. Hopefully all it does is rain. Sonia, I have a new joke about a hole in the ground. Well, it's a deep joke. Oh my Lord. Sonia, I think his jokes are getting worse. They're not getting better, they're getting worse. Lord have mercy. Lord, have mercy, y'all. I swear I think his jokes are getting worse. Are you sure it's not a deep subject, Bruce? Yeah, that's an awful deep subject for a shallow mind like me. Nell Court said it's a cheap joke. Yeah, Neil, I think he's tighter than a rubber band. I think he's tighter than a rubber band. Hey, KK, how you doing today? 81 degrees, humidity is 45%. Not good. I hear you, Amazing Maisie. Yeah, I'm 87. I don't know what the humidity is, but it's been cloudy all day. Well, not that it started getting cloudy late morning. We started clouding up, so I'm assuming it's from the tropical depression. It's supposed to be on its way. Well, it was funny. Okay, okay. So yeah, I went to the VA today, folks. Went to the VA. Hey, Madonna, how you doing? I had those ladies rolling in the floor laughing at the VA. I told them I was going to come back and visit them every day. They told me not to come back because they're afraid they'd lose their job because they didn't get nothing done the whole time I was there. They were too busy laughing. So they told me not to come back no more. What's up, Eric Garcia? Yeah, I had them ladies in there about to cry. They were laughing so hard today. I have that effect on women, you know. I always make them cry. But yeah, I had them all laughing. But anyway, that's my job. That's my job. Bring some joy into people's lives. At least that's what I try to do anyway. Tried to talk to my wife when she was applying a mud mask. You should have seen the filthy look she gave me. Wow. 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 Yeah, me too, Eric. But yeah, I had all those ladies laughing. They hadn't seen nothing like me in forever. Hey, Nature Queen, how you doing today? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. How you doing? How you doing? Did you get much rain, Naj? Did you get much rain? I just make them crazy. Most need help after dealing with me. I hear you, Vermont. I hear you. Now, I had them ladies in there laughing. It's called the Welcome Center. So I made them all feel welcome. Nell said, "Are they helping now?" If you're talking to me, Nell, they took my picture for my VA card. Said I'd get it 7 to 14 days. And I got to my first doctor's appointment is August the 12th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Sonia says, Vermont Paint Photos. Should we tell Hillbilly what his new name is? Sonia, you probably can't use that name on YouTube. You probably can't say those words on YouTube, Sonia. No, it says yes, a lot. I got you. It's heading my way now, Naj. It's heading my way now, Naj. We're supposed to get a bunch of rain out of it. But I guess they were talking this morning on the weather, like I guess it's parts of Florida or Cuba or somewhere got like 9 inches of rain, 9 or 9.5 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain. Vermont hadn't seen that much rain since he helped build the ark. Yeah, Vermont hadn't seen that much rain since he built the ark. And I want y'all to know right now, I was over on Vermont's live stream last night, him and Sonia, and they had potty mouths last night, y'all. I couldn't believe it. Vermont was peeing on himself, and they had potty mouths last night. 7 in the house and only 3 thumbs up. Yeah, I don't get no thumbs up, Naj. That's why they don't share my YouTube doesn't recommend my channel, because I don't get no thumbs up no more. Thumbs up or thumbs down, not enough percentage wise. So that's why they don't recommend my live streams no more. Yeah, they had potty mouths last night, y'all. It was terrible. I had to stick my fingers in my ear. It's hit Cuba, lots of rain, but little damage there. Yeah, I know they said they got a lot of rain, Nas. I wasn't sure if it was Florida that got that much rain or if it was Cuba or Jamaica. I know Jamaica got a lot of rain too. Too bad we can't take some of that rain and send it out west. It'd be nice if we could send all that rain out west. Now, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you here. How you doing today? Yeah, Naj, Vermont Paint is the one that helped design and build the ark. Popeye's food doing me in. Can't eat it all. Vermont said it's Sonia's fault. She was making water. Here we go. Have y'all noticed a pattern? He's always blaming it on other people. He always blames stuff on other people. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Now's new. If somebody could drop that link for me, please. If somebody could drop Now's link for me in the chat, we might could get you a couple of family members. If somebody could drop that linky for me, I'd appreciate it. Have a good day, Karen. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what was happening last night. I thought Sonia was painting along with Vermont, but he kept going off and leaving her. Thank you, Vermont, Mr. Dude Love, for dropping that link for me. Already was working on it. Well, I never know what you're up to. I never know what you're up to. Oh, really, Naj? I know that. I think Nevada and New Mexico and California are all needing rain. But yeah, it's just as cloudy can be outside. It's been that way here since mid-morning. We were supposed to have 70% chance of rain today. But so far, all we got is humidity. We haven't had not one drop of rain yet. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I hear you, Eric Garcia. I hear you, Eric. Yeah, that's true. Yep, when that soil gets hard like that, it has a hard time soaking it up. I am here, but need a soda. I'm thirsty. Wicked Witch of the West, you are by far the neediest woman that I have ever met in my life. You have got to be the neediest woman I've ever met in my life. I need food. I need a nap. I need Instacart. I need this. I need that. I need a soda. I need. Wow. Wow. I ain't never seen the beat in all my life. But yeah, I had the ladies over at the VA. They were laughing so hard they were about to bust out crying. They never seen a hillbilly like me in there before. Run into the garage, BRB. What, you mean the refrigerator don't bring you a soda? Refrigerator don't bring you a soda? I don't know how to pronounce that first name. Garcia, welcome to the live stream. Appreciate that thumbs up. Renikel Garcia. I'm not sure how to pronounce that first name, but welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you stopping in and visiting with us. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate that. Yeah, she needs to change her name to Anita. Anita this, Anita that, Anita this, Anita that. That Garcia is my cousin, I think. I hear you, Eric. Yeah, as expensive as her refrigerator is, I would think that refrigerator should deliver her soda to her in the living room so she doesn't have to get up off the darn couch. But I guess not. I wonder what she's doing in the garage. I wonder if Instacart's there. Might be Instacart. Might be the yard man. Or it might be the cable TV man. Or it might be the power guy. Or it could be the water guy. That's what we should do. We should have a drawing every day. Draw everybody, make a guess on who's going to show up at Tony Damien's house for the day. But we would have to mount a hidden camera because she wouldn't be honest and tell us. So we'd have to get a hidden camera installed. That way we could make sure we knew who it was that showed up at her house every day. I'm not sure, but that kind of stuff might be illegal in about 50 states, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's legal or not. I don't know what the law is in South Carolina. I know there for a while there was a big to do because there were schools in this state that had hidden cameras in locker rooms and restrooms and all kinds of stuff here in South Carolina. It was a big to do when that came out. Only if they find it, Vermont says. But yeah, it was a big stink here in South Carolina many years ago when it came out. They busted. I think I want to say it was a male gym teacher had mounted a camera in the girls' locker room, and he got busted. And then, of course, it made the news and all that. And come to find out, it wasn't illegal. It was still legal. So I don't know. I don't think he put the camera in there. I think he got access to what the camera was actually filming, what the story was. I don't think he actually put the camera up. Somehow or another, he got access to what the camera was filming. I guess it's what happened. But it made a big to do. A big to do. Yep. Several years ago, we had a high school teacher up here too. Uh, he was right out of college. It was his first teaching job, and he ended up meeting this girl that she was a 17-year-old senior in high school, and I guess they ended up. They said falling in love and had a relationship, and they didn't fire him from that high school, but they transferred him to another high school. And as soon as he changed high schools, that girl ended up marrying him. But the school system was still trying to fire him, and they were trying to press charges against him and everything. But she was 17, and it was his first teaching job right out of college. So I guess he was 21, 22 years old. So that made the news here several years ago. I don't know. Weird goings on. Weird goings on in this world. So, Tony Damon, who was there that you had to meet him in the garage? Was it Instacart? Was it the yard man? Was it the cable TV man? The water department man? The electric department man? Who was it, Tony Damon? Huh? Tell us. Or was it the neighbor? Yeah, it is, Jeff. Yeah, it is. Vermont says, see how Tony ignores me now? How rude. How rude. That sounds like something the Brits would say. How rude. I guess the cases in the United States went back up. I keep my beverage fridge in the garage. Wow. Really? Really, Tony Damon? Was it Larry the Cable Guy? Vermont painting photos. Sorry, I needed a frosty beverage. Wow. Wow. A frosty beverage. Hmm. Don't go there, mind. Don't go there, mind. Bite your tongue. I'm sad. Off to the airport today. What are you talking about, Vermont? Hey, Anthony, how you doing today, buddy? What's up, Anthony? Tony Damon says, who is leaving? Are you flying Daisy to me? Oh, the nannies today? Oh, I'm so sorry, Vermont. I am so sorry, brother. I know you're heartbroken. At least you got some good camera footage and some good pictures. Yeah, I hate the nanny left today, Vermont. Guys, can we have a moment of silence for Vermont Paint in the live stream? Just everybody, just a moment of silence for just a couple of seconds about his loss of the nanny flying back to Michigan today. Okay. Now we can go back at it again. Yep, that is so sad. So sad. My wife said no hugging and no selfies. Why did you take the wife with you? Anthony says, hello, Tony, and bye, Nanny. Why would you even tell her? Oh, she probably told you because you're not allowed to go over there. You're not allowed to go over there. I forgot. She's the one that told you she was leaving. I forgot. Lost my mind for a minute. That happens from time to time. From time to time, I have a small mental block that lasts for a couple of seconds. But I normally recuperate pretty good. My wife took me shopping to ease my pain. I bought food. I bet she didn't take you to the same place where you were flirting with the blonde-headed girl at the health food store. I bet she didn't take you back there. Almost time for high school. What are you trying to say, Tony Damon? What you trying to say, Tony Damon? Almost time for high school to start. Wow. There's something that you need to tell us about there, Tony Damon? So don't take me back to that store, I asked. No, I bet she don't. Tony Damon, the nanny had to go back to school. Tony Damon, she was 22 now. She was 22. She's not in high school. Just because she liked to enjoy milk and cookies with Vermont in the afternoons doesn't mean that she was in high school. I'm just saying. Wicked Witch of the West said, sure she was. Yeah, I'm just going off what Vermont said. I'm just going off what Vermont said. He said she was 22. So I don't know. I have no idea.
Hey, Hillbilly.
What's up, dude?
In the hospital.
What you doing in the hospital?
House fire. I fell down, hurt my arm.
Oh, Lord.
God. See what I got on me? This thing on this neck thing.
Yeah, they always put one of them on when you fall like that, brother.
Yeah, my arm right here is super in pain.
Wow.
Yep, I can't move my right arm. I can only move my left.
Dude, there goes your working out.
Yep, my training for a while. I can't make a video either.
Dang.
yeah. Oh,
Well,
those little,
they'll probably
yeah,
give you some of them good meds here in a little bit.
yeah, I think I broke my arm or so because it was red. My arm was red.
Eric Garcia says it looked like Mike Tyson punched you.
You could see it. It's all red.
Wow. Dang,
Hmm.
dude.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know. I have to go back to resting.
Okay, buddy.
Oh,
I hope you get to feeling better.
thanks, Hillbilly.
See you, man.
Mm.
Dang. Dang, he has the worst luck sometimes. He knew her exact age, but not that she was not the owner of the house next door. Vermont Paint says Tony Damon. She had blue eyes and had on pink sneakers and blue jeans and a pink shirt. Wow. Wow. And he says, I think she had on a purple belt also. That's pretty detailed, Vermont.
That's
For
what
you
I'm
to just,
saying. When he
he just
first
kept
met her,
saying he was an acquaintance. That's a lot of detail to know.
remember when he first met her, he came and said the new owner of the house was moving in and she was 22 and blonde and
Yep.
blue eyed. He got all the detail of her exact age, but not the fact she didn't own the house. I mean, I know a lot of 16-year-old girls that people think look 22 years old,
Wow.
17, even 18.
Tony Damon, I'm going to tell you right now, some of these 14 and 15-year-old girls look like they're 21 or 22 nowadays.
Exactly.
Things have changed a lot since I was at that age.
And there's some that's the opposite way because there's a YouTuber that is a homesteader that does like canning and stuff. If she didn't open her mouth, you would think she was 16. But once she talks, you know she's 45. So, but from just looking at her through her, I don't know if she has a filter or what, but just looking at her through her video, you think she's a teenager.
That's like me. Everybody thinks I'm a teenager. I have to correct them and tell them, no, I'm 29. Vermont says, I check ID and fingerprints.
Your hair
I
gets
had those.
longer. People are going to think you're the 22-year-old girl next door.
I had all them ladies at the VA hospital laughing so hard today.
Were you inside the VA hospital?
Yeah, I had to go get my picture taken and all that for my ID.
So you're official.
I had them ladies rolling in the floor, crying, laughing.
Lord. Did you give them a business card to your YouTube channel?
No, but they almost peed their pants.
What were you telling them?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. I was flirting with all of them, and they'd tell me I had to take my hat off and my mask off, and I'd take my mask off and my glasses off. And she said, no, your mask and your hat. So the next time I'd take my hat off and my glasses off and leave my mask on. Took them about 10 minutes to get my picture made.
Look at you.
Yeah.
I'm telling all your YouTube women that you out flirting.
I told them I was going to come back every day, and they told me, please don't, that they'd all get fired for not doing anything.
Sounds about right.
Vermont says, we laugh at you also. Oh, with you. Yes, with you. They cried because he wouldn't leave.
That's funny.
But Vermont's just jealous because I make the ladies laugh and cry, and he picks up 12-year-old and 13-year-old girls at the
And
health
then
food store.
runs them off to go back to school.
I was being a brat, Nell. I was being a brat.
And loving every minute of it.
And then, well, it's their fault for asking questions. Because when I got through getting my picture made and all that, I had to go over and sit down at another desk with another lady.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, she messed up. She said, which doctor and which team would you prefer, or do you prefer any one of them? I said, well, could you print out on your computer the degrees that each one of them has and where they graduated in their class, if they were first or last or middle of their class? And I said, I need the same thing for all the nurses, what nursing school they went to and what kind of training they have. And then I'll let you know which one I decide to pick.
Mm-hmm.
That poor young girl, she looked at me like I was an absolute idiot.
She didn't know what to say.
No, she did not. I said, well, you asked.
Yeah. Can I get a resume on the entire staff for each clinic, please? Thank you. I just
And I don't like the color blue, and they put me on the blue team.
Oh, wow. Why you don't like the color blue?
I don't like blue. I like green. I don't like red. I don't like blue. I don't like orange. I don't like yellow. I don't like none of that. I like green.
Hmm.
I can't believe Vermont put that in the chat.
Didn't you wear blue and white in the Navy?
Yes.
Is that why you don't like blue?
We wore all black. When I was in, we had white shirts, black pants, black shirt, black pants, and then the Cracker Jacks. It wasn't really blue. It was more of a black and white Cracker Jacks, like the guy on the Cracker Jack box.
Mm-hmm.
But now our working dungarees and our working shirts were all blue.
Mm. Were they like a blue camouflage, or they were just blue?
They do now. I think they do in the Air Force. Back when I was in, they didn't have camouflage.
Well, I've ironed my share of BDUs in the day, and I just remember some of the guys from at PSNS and Puget Sound Naval Base having blue camo.
Nell says blue and yellow make green, so you're halfway okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I only like green. I like black and green and purple, and that's about it.
A few more days from now, and they have officially had my car for over a month, and they still don't have the part.
Shouldn't have broke it. The part's probably coming from China.
Sid broke it. I didn't break it. He moved the car. It was fine. Never had a light on the dashboard ever, except for when it was real hot outside, because I have those tires that are filled with that other with nitrogen, is it? Yeah. And so when it's hot outside, the air pressure goes lower. And then that's the only light ever been on the dashboard. He moves the car from the driveway to the road so he could weed eat and edge the driveway, and the light's been on ever since.
Who was the last person that drove the vehicle before it was parked, before Sid backed it up 20 feet?
What difference does that make? He came out the driveway.
That's the person that broke the car.
No, it isn't.
You weren't able to call your relatives in China and get the part shipped in any faster?
Very funny. It's a digital part because it's like a sensor. So I wonder if that's what's the problem.
It's probably coming from there.
My computer's going to say, beep, I need the cord. Any second now, I can feel it.
Did you hear Brianna Fairchild talking the other day about how she blends up watermelon rinds in smoothies and drinks it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm. It's an acquired taste, I would have to say.
I guess.
Well,
Vermont says Ford Edge is made in Japan.
I'm starting to interview to go back to work. So y'all are going to miss me once I go back to work.
That's the funniest thing I've heard in 3 or 4 years. Tony Damien and that 4-letter word work.
I worked up until right after I got monetized, like just a month or so after I was monetized. And then COVID, or gosh, I can't say that. The mess happened and I had to quit.
Vermont said bye.
Whatever, fool. Your streams are too damn early in the morning either way.
So where are you going to work at?
Same thing back in the apartments. I've been doing that over 30 years, so why reinvent the wheel?
Do you enjoy that?
At times, depended on the property I was on. When I was doing 5 or 6 incident reports a day, those ones I don't enjoy, but
Why don't you find a job that you might enjoy this time?
because I can make way more money doing that because of my experience.
Money's not everything, Tony Damien.
Well, when you have my lifestyle and you like to buy a bunch of crap, money is everything.
Well, it's real simple. Stop buying.
That's not an option. Because
Yes,
my next
it is an option.
No, we want to go on vacation. I want to rent.
If you start a new job, you're not going to be able to go on vacation
I get vacation.
from day one.
No, of course. I didn't say I'm going on vacation tomorrow. But yeah, it's time to go back to work. It's too much time on my hands sitting in this house.
So you'll probably find a job on the north side of Houston that you have to
I
drive
ain't
back
doing
and
it
forth every
again. That's
day.
why I'm starting now before I actually have to go to work. Well, I still have my little nest egg saved up to be off of work. Because once that's gone, I have to be back at work. Hi, Sonia. But so I'm going to be careful so I can get a job that I'm not commuting more than an hour.
Well, good God, that's nowhere. You better find something in the neighborhood with the traffic.
Right. Well, if I go to Galveston County, like down 45 between Houston and Galveston, that's like, 30 minutes away from me. Or if I go over the other side, like 59, South Sugar Land, something like that. So if I stay this side of I-10, I'll be okay. But if I start going north of I-10, that's when it gets into the big commute. But I need my damn car back because I need my easy tag so I can ride on the beltways. Sid was going to call and check on it today. Sid, if you're in the bushes, can you please call and check on my car?
Vermont says, just deliver Instacart. You know all the drivers.
They'd be mad at me for taking their jobs. They don't make no damn money.
Deliver pizza.
They don't make no money either. I was talking to a couple of friends who used to do that stuff and make a good deal of money. But when everything went to credit cards, and so people were tipping on with their debit onto the ticket versus giving them cash, their tips went way down. Just like the Sonic drive-through people used to get good tips, but now there's no place to add it onto the tab. So nobody has cash, nobody gets tips.
Do you have a UPS shipping facility close to you? Not one of those small ones, but one of the big UPS places?
We have a few of them.
Why don't you get a job there loading trucks in the mornings and unloading trucks in the evenings? And you can make as much money in 6 hours as you would anywhere else working 12 hours a day.
You see my old cripple ass over there trying to pick up packages.
You'll get in shape.
Yeah. After I'm in traction. I'm going to go back to my job where I boss people around all day.
I'm trying hard not to let you ruin those people's lives by coming back to work. So
Good looking out.
What about all the eBay stuff?
I still have it. I've been still selling here, a little here and there, not on eBay, but yeah, I've been selling a little bit here and there. I need to get rid of that Halloween stuff though. It's just not time yet. I gotta wait till a little closer to back to school.
Can't
Whatever.
pass the background check for UPS. She would go postal.
He's dumb. I can pass background anywhere. It's hot in here.
I wouldn't want to have a job where I got to be around people right now.
I don't
Every
want
day.
it either, but I am vaccinated. But
Yeah, but according to what everybody's saying, it don't matter with that one that's coming from Peru.
the Delta variant, they're saying though that the J&J is the one that's been the most effective to it. But I was on another live stream, or no, I was on a Discord for another YouTuber that has a big channel, and they were all talking about, they're pretty much anti-vaxxers, or like against the vaccine, but they're even considering getting it now ever since this new Delta variant comes out. But the J&J's looking like it's the most effective for that. But
Hey, Jew. No, the one out of Peru is worse than the Delta.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder what the numbers are going to look like this week after 4th of July weekend.
Well, I looked a while ago and it's 14 or 15,000 yesterday.
Goodness gracious.
But here's the thing of it. There's been like 1 million people cross the border in the first 6 months of this year. So I don't know how many of those people might be positive. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if they've been here since the first of the year, I mean, they've either already,
No. I'm talking about the ones that are steady crossing. I don't know
Oh,
how many
okay.
of those are positive.
Yeah.
It's up to like 130 countries.
So I guess if they're not flying in, it's different. But if you're flying in, you have to be tested at the airport, from what I heard.
Yeah, but down at the border, that ain't happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that stopped a long time ago. How you doing, Juval TV? What's up, buddy? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Haven't seen Juval in a while. So Tony Damien's going back to work.
Yep.
I better go take out some insurance because the world's getting ready to end.
Jiminy Christmas. You're not being a very nice person right now.
That'll probably make the national news.
Maybe.
Hey, you could get you a job at the Border Patrol.
I'm too nice.
Oh, God.
Mhm.
You almost made me swallow my fake teeth.
Oh, damn. Well, be careful.
Nell Court says, I will miss you. Yeah, right, Nell. That's funny, Nell.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
So how are you going to do paint by numbers all day long when you go back to work?
It's in between hollering at people. I need to make a cover letter. Anybody good at cover letters?
Send it to Vermont.
You don't work.
He can hack into anybody and get you whatever you need.
I need a cover letter. I had one, but when I write it, it feels like there's too, because you want to say I want to be south of I-10. I just sound like I'm too dang picky.
Coco, how you doing? I used to have my cover letter and my resume. I used to always have them printed out on pink paper.
Really?
Because most men, they see the pink, they think it's a woman. and they pull it and read it.
Well, there you go. Oh, Lord. He's a hacker.
How you doing today, Coco? Thanks for coming by.
I killed a scorpion in my house today.
I'm surprised you don't do it more often.
This is the first time I've seen one. And I mean, they're breaking ground across the street on more sections of that subdivision. So I think it's stirring stuff up again.
When I stayed in hotels in Dallas and Austin and San Antonio and Houston and everywhere, when I'd get up in the mornings, that's the first thing I would do is bang my boots out, even in the hotel room, to make sure one of them things wasn't in my boots.
There's a lot of people that do that. I managed a property not too far from here, and people would come out their front door, and snakes would be hanging from the door jamb above their front doors because they'd be there getting the air conditioning that comes out the little crack.
Ugh. I'm doing great, Juval. How you doing, buddy? I hope everything's going well for you, my friend. I hope you're staying safe. Your mom said I'd put my boots on the dresser. So we got a bunch of them darn black widows here around me. And every time I go out on the front porch, I look to see where they're at.
I got bit on my big toe by a brown recluse, and still about every year or so, I have to go to the doctor and get them to drain it. Slowly but surely, it starts like a blister, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
I got bit 22 years ago on the inside of my left leg by a brown recluse. And up till just a few years ago, my skin kept flaking and flaking and flaking at that spot. But right now, I can take my little finger and push the skin where it's at, and my finger goes all the way into my leg.
You have a belly button on your leg.
Yeah.
There's something to talk about.
22 years ago.
My daughter was in just a freshman in high school, and she's 35 now. So it's been a minute. I guess about.
I still got the browns. It's discolored brown on my leg.
Mine ain't brown, but it gets real hard like a knot, and it's right on the knuckle of my big toe.
I don't get that. I got that at the beginning, but I don't get that.
It's terrible because rub. You can't wear no kind of heels or anything like that. You want to wear flip flops or whatever, and you got this big bump on your toe. Looks like you got some kind of mess there.
Creeping blood.
Right.
Look like you've been shooting up drugs between your toes.
No, it's on the outside of my toe, not on the inside. It's like right on that, kind of on the top of that knuckle that's on your big toe.
Naj wants to know what kind of snakes. Naj loves snakes and spiders and stuff.
Water moccasins mostly. They're all water snakes because there was a lake on that property. We had nutria rats and them damn water snakes. We'd have animal control out there all the time. Them nutria rats didn't mess with nobody except for these lakefront properties. The lakefront apartments would stick their trash out on their front patio before, to take out with them the next morning. They would come and get in that trash every time.
We were splicing fiber around Phoenix. They'd put in brand spanking new manholes under the ground. But every one of them, we'd have to stick a light down there and shine the light around looking for the darn scorpions. Those things would be full of scorpions.
Some of these people don't want to pay. How are you going to try to say you want to pay $14 an hour for a property manager? I don't think so.
They're going to replace the road next to my house. After the state truck turned the corner and tipped into the ditch, I complained about a year ago. I hear you. Yeah, they got cottonmouths in Texas, Naj.
They surely do. They got
they got cottonmouths there. $14 for a apartment manager, that's overpaid.
Are you serious? No,
That
it's
job shouldn't pay but about $6 an hour.
oh, you just lost your mind. Let's see, what is that? 14 times 30, 60. That's only 42,000 a year.
That's way too much.
Hell,
That's entirely too
oh, wait,
much.
that's got to be wrong. It was 2080. What am I thinking about? 29,000 a year.
That's way too much.
I made well over 30 an hour.
No.
Yes.
I didn't. I only made that, and I traveled my whole life.
Yeah, I've made over $30 an hour since I was in my 20s. There was some years because of my commissions and all that, I'd clear over 150 easy a year. 150
Dang, I should have found you years ago and married you, and I could have sat at home and done nothing and drink beer all day, smoke cigarettes.
Some of these little leasing agents, 19, 20 years old, just leasing apartments because of the commissions they get, make more than any property manager and have no responsibility.
That's crazy.
And it's the kind of job that if you get into when you're young, you raise up in it. You don't need a big college degree and all that. How the hiccups.
That is crazy. I could have found me a sugar mama a long time ago.
It's not them old property managers that have the rollers in their hair and lease apartments out their own apartment like you see on the TV shows. That's not how it works anymore.
Oh.
You have to put on dress slacks and, go into an office and you have meetings and budgets and owners and all the things.
Well, I don't care what she had to do as long as I could sit at home and drink beer and smoke cigarettes.
Oh, Lord. You'd done run your ticker off if you did that.
I made $65K a year turning wrenches, but I had to get dirty.
You have to get sweaty, walking apartments, arguing with people and fussing with your contractors and your maintenance guys.
My last job, I was making 85. What does that come to? But hell, I worked 7 days a week.
Hold on.
14 hours a day.
That's what I was going to say. If I could tell you what you average for a normal 40-hour work week, but that came to around $40 an hour.
Oh, I almost made 40 then. That after my last raise, that's what I was making before I quit. Which is pretty good for a dumb old hillbilly with no college education.
Sid had to work his way up too in his line, like he started when he was in his teens working in the plants. So he's worked his way from the bottom without but he's got a lot of like NCCRs and those, you got to go get this class, that class, this badge, safety council and those kind of trainings and stuff. There's this.
Being married, argue, and get sweaty, Vermont says. What?
There's a show on HGTV where this guy takes people who've won the lottery and shows them houses to buy with their lottery money. And on here, these two girls cannot be 20 years old that have won the lottery. And he's taking them house shopping. There ain't no way that they're even.
Is that the tall, skinny, black-headed gay guy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I saw that advertised. I didn't watch it, but I saw it advertised.
These two little girls he's showing houses to right now could not be 20 years old.
Yeah, I got to take a break, Vermont. I'll be right back. Hold the fort down a minute. I'll be right back.
I got you. You just wanted me to sit up here by myself, Vermont. I know what you're up to. My thing's right in front of my face. So hi everybody. I'm getting ready to go back to work. So see what I'm wearing today. Did I tell y'all that Sid hid it from me to make me think I lost it? He had it for a couple days. My computer turns off. I'm sorry. I have to go get my cord. I hear you. I have the volume off, so I can't hear what they're saying, but because I don't want Vermont to complain. Thank you, KK. Saw you had a new garden video out today. Cucumbers and little tomatoes. Is that what you said? I actually went shopping today. I had to go to Walmart. I went to Walmart and Walgreens. Went to Walgreens because they had sodas on sale 3 for $10, and I got some Sunkist zero sugar and some A&W zero sugar. And I went to Walmart to get new hoses for my washing machine because the cold water wants to keep leaking. And these are my brand new washing machines. Whatever, Vermont. And then I got a light bulb for the guest room. And I got, what else did I get? Trying to think. I got some colorful t-shirts to wear with my new tie-dye Crocs that Sid bought me. And I got some just different odds and ends, nothing special. Got a pair of navy blue and gray pajama pants to match all my Dallas Cowboy stuff because, you know, we got football season coming up again. So I got to make sure. Yes, we did. And that's what we think is wrong. When those guys installed it, the little rubber gaskets on the cold water one, it looked like it had been cross-threaded, so it didn't sit in the middle. Like when he screwed it on, it might have got caught in the threads on one side. So now it won't seal all the way, and like we'll do 3 or 4 loads of laundry, and because we usually do it like once a week and we, wash it once, we'll come in there was water in the laundry room, so Sid pulled it out, and these things are heavy AF. And he got behind there with a ladder because, we don't have a big old laundry room, so you're like barely fitting. So he gets behind there and he takes the hose off and puts it back on and, and then it checks it. It's not leaking. We run a cycle. And then about a week and a half later, we did a bunch of laundry and there it was again. I go walking through the laundry room to go out in the garage and my socks are all wet. So it was wet again. So I went and got new hoses, new gaskets, and I went ahead and got some plumber's tape so that we could make sure it was good and connected. So that's what we got going on right now. Just get that washer fixed so I can stay caught up on my laundry. As soon as I'm off of here, I got to go clean the kitchen, get Sid's lunch made for tomorrow and his breakfast tacos. Yes, tie-dye Crocs. After Hillbilly gets back, I'll go grab them, KK, and let you see what they look like. They're really cute. They've got like this color pink. They got orange, blue, green, kind of a mustard yellow. All kinds of good colors in there. It's not the valve on the washing machine itself. It's from the hose because where the brass fits, it comes out around the hose out of the hose itself, not out of where the hose is twisted on. Hard to explain.
Dang, I leave for just a couple of minutes and you talking about hose?
Hoses. Washing machine hoses.
I thought you said hose. Her computer died. She said a while ago she needed to plug it up, and she didn't. Yeah, she said 20 minutes ago she needed to plug it up to power. She's such an airhead sometimes. She amazes me. Yeah, we know, Tony Damon. You said 20 minutes ago you needed to plug it up to power, and you never did. Thinks she's on TR time. I hear you. I hear you. Well, it's starting to sprinkle rain, folks. So I guess this is the first official raindrops of the tropical storm, tropical depression, whatever it is now coming up our way. Just a couple of sprinkles coming down outside right now. I looked out the back door on the porch and saw a couple of sprinkles coming down. So I guess it's heading our way. I don't know how much rain we're supposed to get, but hopefully it does not. It does not have wind and all that other mess with it. I hope it's just rain. So yeah, the lady at the VA today asked me if I wanted my first appointment to be a virtual appointment on the computer or come up there in person. And I tried to talk her into letting me do it via computer so I didn't have to worry about them poking or prodding or doing anything to me, but that didn't work out. So I don't know. That's not my fault. I hear you, Naj. But yeah, I was hoping I could just do the first appointment virtually. I'm not doing fluffy tomorrow, just a heads up. Yeah, I was up at the VA today when you were on live stream, Vermont. Fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. But yeah, if any of y'all are thinking about watching, like I was talking about yesterday, if you're thinking about watching that movie I was talking about yesterday, it's not worth it. Dark Shadows. I didn't like it. Y'all might like it, but I didn't think it was that good. And I still have not watched Yellowstone. I tried to tape it on the DVR. Uh-oh, my computer's wanting to restart. Hold on a minute. I want my computer restarting. I may have just dropped a new video from the weekend, Sonia says. Cool. Yeah, I don't know how you were trying to paint last night. Vermont's up there painting and painting and painting away and left you behind, Sonia. I don't know how you was able to try to keep up with him. Hey, Poppy. She's back.
I'm back.
Says, Nas says, first appointment need to be in person and after virtual. No, Nas, I wanted the first one to be virtual so I don't have to worry about them sticking me with a needle or poking or prodding or blood pressuring and doing all that other mess.
Here, KK.
Vermont says, I'm sorry, I'm trying to slow down. Yeah, right.
These are the Crocs. They're pink and
That looks like something Vermont wears.
It'll match his Rugrats t-shirt. So what show wasn't worth it?
That Dark Shadows.
Oh, a scary movie?
It's got Johnny Depp in it. It's a weird movie.
Is it?
Yeah,
it's Ghosts and Goblins, or is it like haunting? And I have a gnat in my house.
Well, he's a vampire, and there's a witch in it, and
oh,
but it's a love story all combined together. It's just kind of weird.
Where'd you watch it at?
Nell said, I liked it. I watched it on HBO the other night.
Oh, okay.
Nell said she liked it. I think the guy that did Beetlejuice and maybe Edward Scissorhands, the producer or director, was the same one for this one.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It was just, I expected, it started out pretty good. I mean, he got dug up in his coffin and by some construction workers, and he killed like 15 people. And I thought, all right, this is going to be good. And then it just, for me, it just went downhill after that. It's a weird ending, though. Yeah, it was, Neil. Yeah, Naz, I never got to watch it when I was a kid because I couldn't. We only got 2 channels at my house. There was only 3 TV stations in our area on the antenna on top of the house, and I could get ABC and CBS, but I couldn't get in. I could get NBC, CBS. I could not get ABC. So I'd go to school, and everybody would talk about Dark Shadows and Barnabas and all them, and I never had the opportunity to watch it. Yeah, that ending was kind of weird now. Now, it's almost like they're going to have part 2, I think, Nell. I think they did that the way that ended. Maybe there's going to be a part 2 with Mr. and Mrs. Barnabas. Maybe. I don't know. Sonia, I dropped something today, but I won't post it on YouTube. Wow. Potty mouth. Potty mouth.
Dirty Vermont. Oh, so this little blonde hair, blue eyed girl on here that won the lottery is 22 also.
Oh, maybe that's why she went back to Michigan.
Maybe she went and bought her lottery dream home.
Vermont said it was my smoothie, Sonia. Be nice. Vermont, have you tried the watermelon rinds like Diana Brianna Fairchild was talking about? Making a smoothie out of the watermelon rinds?
That don't sound good.
Yeah, maybe now. The way it ended, maybe they're going to do a part 2. I'm not sure.
Wonder why I don't have my avatar doesn't show up on here.
Vermont, do you remember what you got to upload it, don't you?
I have. It shows up on my other one.
What was that other fake sugar she was talking about, Vermont? Because I asked her yesterday, Tony Damon. I don't know if you heard it or not. I asked her if she had used monk fruit before, and she said yeah, but she said she used something else.
Stevia.
Yeah, maybe that's what she said.
There's stevia, erythritol. There's several of them. Sucralose.
I don't think she said Splenda, Vermont.
It might have been stevia. Stevia is a plant.
Yeah, I think that's what she said, stevia. Hey, Bwizzle Aquatics, how you doing today, my friend?
Oh, welcome back, Dwizzle. I mashed his red button last time he was here.
Well, see, people up home used to make a watermelon rind wine back in the day, but I just can't see you eating it. The only person I know that eats the watermelon rind is Muscle Man.
He eats some weird stuff. Gotta give it to him. Oh, I don't even like to try new stuff, let alone eating bugs and all that.
Yeah, I ain't doing all that. It ain't worth all that. So I don't know what anybody out there that hadn't received the prevention. I guess maybe they're talking about coming door to door and knocking on your door, folks. I wonder how that's going to work out.
There are so many big channels out there that are promoting being anti-vaxxers. It's crazy.
Madonna, yeah, I've heard people making pickles, Madonna. I have heard of that. Some people up home used to make that. Now that you mentioned that. But I just can't imagine doing a smoothie with watermelon rind.
Mm-mm.
Oh, have y'all seen that thing from I think it's from Sonic, where they put the blue slushy in the bottom and then they fill the middle part up with vanilla ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
and then they put strawberries with strawberry syrup on top.
Yeah.
They're calling it the red, white, and blue.
Yep, I saw it. Sid was popping me in the arm, going, "Babe, look, babe, look." Because when he says "look," I never look, because it drives me insane. He'll be all excited to watch a video, some little video on his phone, and I'll watch it. It'll be the dumbest crap ever. It's like one of Vermont's dad jokes in video form. And I'll be like, "Okay, and isn't that fun?" No, it wasn't funny.
Did anybody watch America's Got Talent last night?
I didn't. Is it back on?
Oh my God, it was so sad last night.
Why?
They had a 51-year-old dad with his 3 children, an older daughter, looked like maybe she was 14, 15 maybe. A son looked like maybe he was 7, 8. And then a little girl looked like maybe she was 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
He came on there to sing.
Mm-hmm.
His wife was a girls basketball coach.
Mm-hmm.
She was on the helicopter with Kobe Bryant.
Oh no.
Yeah. And he come out there singing. I don't even remember what he sung. It was some kind of love song about.
Was he any good?
He sees her face. To be honest with you, he's not nowhere near $1 million good.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he got through it, but they weren't about to tell him no. You know what I'm saying? There with his kids and stuff.
There's another lady that was on there who's had cancer like 4 or 5 times now, and they made her through with the golden buzzer.
Yeah, she doesn't have long to live.
Well, from what I saw earlier, I actually watched a video on her. Supposedly she's cancer free again, but they don't know if how long she'll make it, just because of the sheer amount of radiation and chemo and all that she's had.
Well, she's from Ohio, right?
Is it Ohio or Idaho?
I was thinking it was Ohio.
I might have to
the
go
one
back and
I'm
look at
thinking
it.
about. But everything I
Bud and
read,
Vamp.
it was like she had a death sentence. Hey, Blood and Vampires comedy show, how y'all doing?
It seemed like every time she gets, she goes into remission, it comes back again.
That's great news, Vermont.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but the way she was talking about it is like when it gets in your internal organs, it's pretty much lights out television show.
Well, she started in her breast, and then that got taken care of. Then she got some lymph nodes. Then it came back in her liver and intestines. And she's supposedly cancer-free right now.
Well, I tell you what, I had one of my aunts died of stomach cancer.
Mm.
And that woman suffered. I'm telling you right now, I've seen a lot of people with cancer, but that stomach cancer, she suffered unbearably.
I had a friend who's diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer, and she was pregnant. And the only chance she had was to start, to terminate the pregnancy and, go into heavy duty treatment. And she's She had the baby instead and passed about when the baby was about 3 months old. Named that baby Angel. But she had her
Yeah.
husband fixed up with a new wife and everything before she passed.
I had another aunt that had breast cancer. She had a double mastectomy. And she came out there to Houston, Texas, Tony, to that cancer place out there.
MD Anderson.
And they treated her and treated her and treated her and treated her. And then she went back home to Greensboro, North Carolina. And it came back in her liver and something else. And she didn't make it long after that.
Yeah. I went to MD Anderson is where I went.
Yeah, Aunt Brenda went out there. But yeah, on Mama's side of the family, there's lots and lots and lots of them died from that.
You would think this big fancy cancer hospital got people dying for their lives would at least validate parking for their patients. It is $23 to park in their parking lot.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's the great thing about Shriners and St. Jude's.
Shriners did
Those
the brain surgery on my daughter when she was 5. They paid for.
Yeah, those two. If anybody's ever going to donate money, those are two people that I donated money to
For sure.
because they do an outstanding job with kids. It's and the way they treat the families, it is outstanding.
It really is. Because I stayed when my son was in NICU, I stayed at Ronald McDonald House. I give to them. That is the most amazing place. The only thing I would say would be like a downside of it was that my son passed away and literally 3 hours later they told me I had to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't okay, be out by in the morning or nothing. It's like pack your stuff and go home. So it was kind of brutal, but I mean, I get the point. They got a line of people waiting to get in.
I know that Shriners up here in Greenville, South Carolina, they do a heck of a job. And then over in Augusta, Georgia, they have the Shriners Burn Center. And anybody here in the Southeast that gets burnt bad, they send them to Shriners Burn Center up there in Augusta. Vermont said the last donation I made was Ronald McDonald House.
I used to go up there and take, suppers or lunches and stuff.
Yeah, that's St. Jude's and that's Shriners. Those are two good ones. Some of those outfits out, when you work for big companies, they always want you to donate to some of them things that, you read on the news that 75% of the money never makes it to where it's supposed to go. It goes to pay the people that runs it and all that. So I stopped donating any of that stuff. And I used to donate on my own to the Shriners and to the St. Jude's. Nell said, I've donated a bunch of blankets to McDonald's. Gotcha, Nell. That's like that Goodwill place. You can't get them to come to your house and pick nothing up anymore.
Well, I worked in the apartment industry and people will run off and literally leave a house full of furniture. Everything for the kitchen, and they're so damn picky with what they'll take. It was ridiculous. I would throw so much good stuff in the trash. I didn't have time to sell it or whatever, but they're so picky with what they'll take.
Well, when I cleaned out my house that Mom was staying in,
Mm-hmm.
I called them up because Mom had just closet after closet after closet of her clothes and my stepdad's, $300 suits that he wore to work every day and all kinds of, knickknacks around the house and stuff. And I called them up and they told me I could pack them up and bring them to them but they wouldn't come and get it. So I finally got a hold of one of those church ministries that when people get out of prison, they come there and they house them and give them jobs and stuff.
Right.
They finally come and got a whole bunch of stuff.
Another good one that will come and pick up is usually disabled veterans. They'll come pick up and they'll take almost everything.
Well, I tried to get somebody to come and pick up the books that were in the house because my stepdad was he was vice president of a big engineering firm,
Mm-hmm.
and he had just tons and tons and tons of books. He used to love to read, and Mom too. I mean, I had whole shelves inside the closets built that were full of books, bookshelves that were full of books, everything. So I called the local public library up there in Easley and asked the lady, I said, ma'am, I said, do y'all come and pick up books? She goes, well, how many you got? I said, I probably got at least 250, 300 books. And she told me on the phone, she goes, well, you can load them up in your car and bring them here and we'll look through them. So they ended up going in the big dumpster that I rented.
The easier way to do that is to find eBay resellers in your area, and they'll come by and take most everything. And then what they don't want, they'll get rid of it for them.
Well, it all went into the dump. But yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a deal trying to give stuff away. And it's good stuff, So I don't know. Cold day in heck that I will donate to UNICEF. Very little money reaches the end of the line. Yeah, there's several of them out there, Vermont, that the big companies, I mean, they would just about force us to donate to those so-called charities for a lot of companies that I work for. Take it out of your paycheck every week. $1900s. I got you. You said it right when you said 900s, Vermont. I knew. Don't try to change it to 1900s. I know you meant 900s when y'all were still writing on paper with ink quills. What was it? Cypress paper and ink quills.
I need to figure out what the heck my husband wants for lunch tomorrow.
Are y'all getting rain over there?
Every single day this week, we're predicted for rain.
I saw that on the national news because I was trying to read about this tropical depression, and it showed over your way. It looked like it'd been raining every day.
Yeah, it has been. And we were grateful for 4th of July, though. It rained most of the day and then cleared up in the evening. We were just glad everything was wet because, of course, they're popping fireworks right over the roof of each other's houses out here in my neighborhood all night.
Mont said they were using sheepskin in the 900s. Oh, I thought y'all were using cypress paper to do the Dead Sea Scrolls, Vermont.
I made copycat Taco Bell Mexican pizzas. Oh, they're so good. Delicious.
What was that I saw? Was it Walmart or somewhere? There's a lot of companies now coming out with supposedly a lot of restaurants' secret recipes that you can make.
I know there's a lot of copycat stuff on YouTube, of course.
Well, down here at my little grocery store, have you ever ate at Red Lobster?
Yeah.
Those garlic cheese biscuits?
Yeah, the garlic cheddar biscuits.
Yeah, they have the mix down here at my little grocery store.
Yeah, I think it's the restaurants themselves mostly mixing in that since, they had such a weak year. Cheddar Bay biscuits, that's what they called them. They started selling their recipes off in the grocery store. since people didn't want to go out to the restaurants as much as a way to supplement some income.
I love them things. I could go there just for that.
There are a ton. You know where I used to love to go to Golden Corral and get their dinner rolls?
Oh, me too. When I traveled, I used to pick hotels that were like,
Close.
if I couldn't get one in the same parking lot as the Golden Corral, it had to be close. I love me some Golden Corral. The good thing about that is some nights I'd go there and eat nothing but salad.
Hmm.
And the next night I'd go and eat nothing but what vegetables I like. And then the next night I might go and eat nothing but meat. And then the next night I'd go and eat nothing but on the dessert bar.
Their pot roast was so good. He wants burgers for lunch.
Burgers, that means you got to grill out.
I have my Blackstone. Take me just a few minutes.
Vermont says Lucky Charms and Trix oatmeal. Lucky Charms and Trix oatmeal.
I think he's talking about them cereal bars.
I don't like the marshmallows in the Lucky Charms.
You said that before.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like the cereal, but I pick out the darn marshmallow stuff. Oh,
Well, you and Evelyn would have just a blast with a box of Lucky Charms. She'll eat the marshmallows, you eat the cereal, everybody's happy.
there you go. I never liked Captain Crunch with the Crunch Berries either.
Zane's got some of those up in the cabinet right now.
I like the plain old Captain Crunch. No, I'm not. They have that as a new oatmeal. Nope, not eating it.
That
Wow.
doesn't sound good.
What's up, True? How you doing? I've been eating my peanut butter. My oatmeal bars covered in peanut butter. And then I got my chunky chocolate chip Nutri-Grain bars. And then I've got my 70 calorie Fiber One brownies. And of course, I'm still eating my butterscotch pudding. I love that butterscotch pudding. That's what I have for breakfast every morning. I have a Nutri-Grain bar and 2 of those little cups of butterscotch pudding.
Butterscotch pudding. I like butterscotch pudding. Not enough to have it every day, though.
Oh, I love it. I was hooked on the banana pudding that comes in the little cups, but now I'm hooked on the butterscotch. Okay, I need to cook dinner, and yes, it's meat free for me. They are having burgers. Yeah, right.
He's probably going to have one of those Beyond Burgers.
He'll be sneaking down there in the basement. Yeah, Mrs. Fairchild was talking about how great that Burger King Whopper is.
That Impossible Burger?
Yeah, she said it was absolutely delicious.
I can't do it.
She's the first person I've ever heard in my life that said it was delicious.
We got a neighbor that Sid works with. He lives here in our neighborhood. He brought us a whole bunch of it, and he just swears by it. And he's from the islands, from like the Caribbean islands. Or like the Virgin Islands, somewhere over there. He's an islander, like where they make the rum and all that. He's forever coming home with crazy stuff. But he brought us a bunch of that meat. That's all they eat. I had hiccups. I saw SF Rose made it home okay. I haven't seen or heard from her since the weekend.
I haven't seen or heard from her either. She called me the other day, and then she said she had to run in and talk to her boss for no more than 30 minutes. She called me back, and then she called me back at 9 o'clock that night, but I was in the bed Friday night, and I still haven't heard from her, so she still owes me a call back.
I know she went to Florida, but I think she flew down there on Sunday and came back on Monday. She's probably in the bushes.
Vermont says it is good. I like that Whopper. I thought you said you didn't like it.
That's before he went vegan. I recommended him that nutritional yeast, the cashew based cheese, and he liked that.
Did you hear Diana the other day talking about when she does eggs, she doesn't use oil or butter, she uses water
That's like poaching.
to fry an egg?
That's like poaching an egg, though.
Yeah, I don't know. She's got that. She must be doing something right. She runs 5K every day. She goes to the gym for 4 hours a day, and then she does dance, and she's going to college full time.
Well, I don't know how she has all time for all of that and a YouTube channel, but best of luck. Wish I could juggle all that.
Yeah, and she's 64 years old and got that much energy. Makes eggs fluffy, Nell said.
Well, I put water in my scrambled eggs when I'm scrambling them up. You just put a dash of water, like maybe a teaspoon, and it makes them so much more fluffy than putting milk.
I put milk and cheddar cheese in mine.
Now, use a dash of water, and it doesn't taste any different, but it makes them super fluffy. The water helps break down the egg whites.
I about got to where I don't like eggs no more. Eggs is something I can do without.
I mean, in things, but I haven't really been into the breakfast foods lately either. And I was usually a really, really big breakfast person. But I used to love to do breakfast for dinner and all that. I'm just not been a big breakfast person lately.
Well, I got hooked on those Jimmy Dean biscuit roll-ups with the sausage, egg, and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And I was eating them, but them things are like $9 and something now for 8 little old bitty biscuit roll-ups. Little
Make
bitty
them
things.
yourself. You buy canned biscuits, not the big grindies that cost $1 billion. Them ones you get 4 for $1. You just kind of flatten them out. You put you half a slice of cheese. Either use a pre-cooked if you don't want to cook them, or just fry up some link sausage. Stick it in there with some cheese. Roll it up in that biscuit and throw it in the oven.
I don't eat link sausage.
Well, then put whatever sausage you like in there.
I like Jimmy Dean patty sausage.
Okay. Well, just make the patty in the shape where you can cover it up with the dang biscuit.
I don't eat them biscuits that come out of that can either.
Oh my God, you're so picky. Well, get you some Bisquick.
I make either I make my homemade biscuits, or you can buy buttermilk biscuits in the frozen food section, and they're delicious.
Crazy.
The only thing is you have to heat. It takes so long because you have to heat the oven up for 20 minutes, and then you have to cook them for 20 minutes. So that's 40 minutes. Just
your oven's slow to preheat too. My oven's hella slow to preheat.
My oven's ancient. It's 12 years old. I don't have one of them fancy dancy, whatever y'all call them, stove tops and all that fancy stuff
The
y'all
gas
got.
stove?
No, I don't use gas. I would never use gas.
That's my favorite.
I can't even cook on the gas grill, much less cook in the kitchen with gas.
Well, that new Blackstone grill, I love it, but it's a propane. Well, I got me another rated R notification. We're back to that again.
I don't understand that at all. At all. It's funny because we all of us in here, we helped so many people grow their channels back in the day. And now I go to some of them's channels every now and then and look at some of the content they're doing. And I would have never guessed
that was the path they were going to take.
Yeah, some of the language and stuff, it's just something else. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm no saint. I slip up and cuss a lot. but every other word out of my mouth's not a cuss word, you know?
I agree, Maisie, because you can turn the heat off faster than you can when you use electric. You have to wait for that burner to cool off, but gas heats off immediately.
Gas scares me.
I love it.
Well, see, the first house I ever bought in my life when I got out of the military, it was gas. But the hot water heater was gas, the dryer was gas, the stove was gas. And back then, that's when they were having that problem with dryers catching on fire. Those gas dryers.
Was that when
And
the
it just,
gas dryer had to have a pilot lit?
yeah,
Yeah,
it
they don't
used
do
to
that no
scare me
more.
to
Now
death.
they got an ignition on them. But the good thing about my gas water heater is that my ignitions ran off a rechargeable battery. And that battery, I mean, it just takes a flick to turn on the pilot. So when everybody was without heat, we had hot water. Remember when we were all them days without electricity or heat or anything? But then
Yeah.
we got one of those put on our fireplace, which we had one before, but when the lightning hit, it blew it out.
Y'all should get solar panels out where you're at.
There are a lot of people in our neighborhood that are going solar, and Sid and I were just talking about that the other day, that we may go ahead and do that. I mean, it's pretty much free. You just pay monthly like you do a light bill, and then once it's paid off, they buy the extra electric back from you.
Yep. And if you get the battery backups, you can,
Yeah.
store. They got them that'll mount on the wall in the garage. The batteries that, if it's
Mhm.
cloudy or something storm coming or something like
Yeah.
that, it'll
You
work
got enough
off the
battery. Usually, if you're not running your house crazy, you can usually make it 4 or 5 days with, just running minimal. But obviously, what we did for our freezers that we don't, like I have a deep freeze and the fish freezer out in the garage, which is our old side by side. I took 2-liter bottles and filled them up with water, and I lined the bottom of my chest freezer and on each row of my fish freezer with them 2-liter bottles. So they're froze now. So if power goes off, it's got several days. It's like an ice chest that those water bottles are going to keep that freezer cold, so that I ain't losing all my groceries if the power goes out.
Yeah, just don't open the lid.
Yep. I mean, and if you do, I got mine well organized. So I know, pop it open, grab out, and pop it closed, like super quick.
What's up, Kevin? Yeah, there ain't nothing worse back in the day. I remember that because we had 2 great big of the freezers. It's like 4 foot wide and 8 foot long type deals because we used to keep all our beef in there.
Mm-hmm.
And if electricity went out, we would lose everything. That was the nastiest job, having to clean them freezers out when it's spoiled.
Well, I watch. I've met her in person, but she lives here in Texas. She has a system on her house where it runs off of solar, but she also has the ability to run off of city power. But she typically uses that to buy back power. But she also has a generator that runs off of natural gas. So her system's set to her freezer. She has 12 freezers. They have an Airbnb or like a bed and breakfast. So they have these 12. I mean, they keep their house loaded with food because they shop like a year at a time. But so their system is automatically, though, they have a bank of batteries that are dedicated to just the freezers. So that if the house was to drain all the batteries for, the house, them freezers she ain't got to worry nothing about them freezers. She has enough power. And then they have the generator that also kicks on if they were to get in a crisis where those freezers were going to go out, because they've got, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of beef and pork. They buy a whole pig, a whole cow, they buy all that stuff at one time. And then they buy meat birds during that season. So they'll have, 50 to 60 chickens out there. So they make sure that no matter what happens, that them for 12 freezers are going to have power.
Yeah, I could see how that solar would be a good thing for the house. But like I say, like you were just saying there, though, I would think you would want to keep it hooked up to your local electric company and the solar, just in case something happened to the solar.
Yeah, I also would like to get one of those natural gas generators. Sid's cousins have them. Excuse me. And I mean, literally, like when the power shuts off, that generator kicks on automatic. They don't have to go switch it on or nothing, and it'll power the house with those gas generators that run off of natural gas. So and then she still has a solar, so she's got 3 ways of having power.
Gotcha.
But that's his cousin. She don't even have like all them freezers or anything. She wants to make sure no matter what happens, they got power at their house. And she said the whole setup was less than $30,000. So if you really think about it, she ain't paying an electric bill. That'd pay for itself in a couple of years.
The longest we ever went here was like 14 days in the wintertime. Because we get those ice storms here. It don't snow. We get the ice and the freezing rain. We went like 14 days that one time with no power. That is a pain in the backside. It wasn't so much that we didn't have the power as, I'm on a well. We didn't have water. So I was having to tote buckets of water from the swimming pool and keep the bathtubs filled up just so you could flush the toilets. That was a pain in the backside doing all that.
Yeah, we fill our bathtubs up too when we getting ready for a hurricane or whatever. We do fill up the bathtubs. We got the big garden tub in our bathroom, but
that's me.
I was thinking the other day, because I've been wanting to put a little garden in the back, just a little one to grow some tomatoes and stuff. But we've got a part where our porch in the back is covered, which it was an add-on for the construction. It wasn't something that came standard with these houses. It was an add-on. But so right there where the two come together, the two roof of the porch and the roof of the house, at that angle, the gutter can't handle all that water that runs into that crease, and it just floods. And our grass right there in that corner of between our patio and the house, it'll be 3 foot higher than the rest of the whole grass in the yard. So I was thinking that would be a really good place to put a rain catch and use that water to water the little, if I put it up off the ground enough to be gravity fed, I could, water a little garden with that water that I'd catch off the rainwater.
Well, if you really wanted to get creative, you can buy one of those camping showers and set it up there, catch the water, and you can take showers out there.
You went a little too far, just a tad.
Well, saving electricity from running the hot water heater.
Put me a little heater in there and rolling it off of the solar panels, and I won't even have to pay for hot water.
Well, they got nowadays too, like security lights that you can put on like the front of the house, over the garage, and in the back that runs off their own little mini solar panel.
I've been seeing a lot of those homesteaders too that have like a little solar panel that charges like a car battery that runs their electric fences when they're trying to keep, like they live in Alaska or whatever, they're trying to keep the wildlife out of their gardens and what have you. They run the little electric fences off of a little solar panel.
Yeah, they got them for charging cell phones too.
Yeah, Jackery. I've always wanted one of those. A little Jackery battery that you just put the little solar panel and charge it up, and then you can run your cell phone, your laptop, or whatever you want off of them.
I see a lot of those vloggers overseas, the expats overseas, using stuff like that for their videos.
Yeah. There's a lot of them van lifers and all that do that too.
But anyway, I guess we need to get off from here. You need to go cook burgers. I got to figure out what in the world I'm going to do, and I'm going to try to figure out what this weather's going to do. I hope it don't start about midnight. It's supposed to get bad, they said, but I don't know. We'll see.
All righty. Well, I'm messaging back and forth with my husband. I'm about to go figure out, because he had asked me to get him some cereal bars, like, some oatmeal bars or something for his lunchbox. I forgot. So I'm going to go in here and figure out what kind of recipe I can find to make some kind of snack bar for him to have for work.
I hear you.
I
Guys,
got a for crap.
I appreciate everybody coming. Yeah, you probably make your own granola bars and all that stuff.
Yep. Tell me why I'm over here waving and I don't have my picture on.
I have no idea because you're weird.
Hi, guys.
Well, thanks everybody for coming. Guys, everybody stay safe. Stay safe. And remember, always be good to yourself and be good to each other. And I'll see everybody hopefully tomorrow.
All right.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.